Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name's Ditech, CTO at DVS, and today we're going to take a brand new product from Hikvision. But before we move on, if you're watching on YouTube, look at our merchandise store below. If you want to be part of the most knowledgeable team on the planet, go and buy your Ditech merchandise, wear it with pride, and post us your videos, tag us in, and we'll share it. So today, what we're going to look at, a brand new Gen 2 AccuSense camera. So those of you that use the AccuSense camera with the flashing light and sound, fantastic. We had a turret and a bullet, but if you remember, the turret camera was not IP rated, so therefore you couldn't really use it externally. This is the Gen 2 model. So again, 4 megapixel. Take it out the box. So you can see pre-made fly lead. Get rid of all that stuff. SD card, same familiar turret style that you're used to. Boom. But you've got the flashing light and the built-in speaker underneath there. And this is IP rated finally. So it's the Gen 2 AccuSense turret with flashing light and speaker, externally rated with a fly lead. It's got alarm input output. It's also got 12 volt PoE and the audio input output. We're going to link it up to the network now. We're actually going to fit it in a space by here, and then we'll have a look at it through the web browser and through the app. So stay tuned. Don't forget your merchandise, and we'll see you very soon. Okay, and welcome back. So we have fitted the camera now. What you'll see from here is that is the model number of the camera, so the ISU-SL. And that, as today, is the latest firmware. Always check that you are on the most up-to-date firmware, and today we are. You can see here from the live view image, if I just quickly jump back to this, you can see it's a 4 megapixel image. I've got the VCA line cross already set, and I'm looking at my door, so when I walk across to test this, you'll be able to see the line go red and obviously the audible warning trigger. So if we go back into configuration, I'm just going to walk you quickly through some of the menu options that we have. A lot of this hasn't changed. If you're used to the Hikvision menu structure, then I don't need to tell you how to suck eggs. But what you'll see here, under VCA resource, you'll see Smart Event or Face Capture. Smart Event is the default option, and that's where the VCA events are able to be set to trigger the light and the flashing light and the audible warning. But you can change it to Face Capture, press save, and the camera will reboot. Metadata settings. So if you're using like a third-party integration or you've written your own sort of front end using the SDK ISAPI, then you can enable the smart event, which will send the metadata in the video image and then enable you to get that information out to display however you like or however that third-party engine needs from the camera. Under maintenance, we've got the normal upgrade, reboot, default, etc. Log and security audit log. So pretty standard. Under security, we've added or changed, shall we say, the RTSP and the web authentication. So digest basic, and then you can change the algorithm or the encryption algorithm from MD5 to SHA-256 or 256 MDA5 or MD5, sorry. So it depends on the application you use and what your preference is, but you're able to change that. IP address filter and security service, so haven't really changed. Under network, so set your applicable network as required. And what we have done is enabled platform access and changed it to HiConnect from ISAP. But again, you've got email, FTP, integration, network service, and security control panel configuration. All of the standard product features that you are already used to and sort of love. Under video and audio, wait for it to catch up. So again, this camera is technically a 4 megapixel, but it's a 4 megapixel high resolution. So it's like basically comes up as a 5 megapixel camera on the Envar itself. So you can set that to the highest resolution, the applicable bit rate, frame rate, and encoding algorithm that you need for your particular application. I'm using H.265. Audio, the camera does have a built-in microphone. So again, if you choose the mainstream and substream as video and audio, it will allow you to listen to the microphone via the app on the substream. By default, it loads the substream again and record the microphone if you want to, but then it is up to you. And the audio, it has a line in as well. So if you're going to fit a external microphone, because the built-in microphone one isn't powerful enough, or you need to put the microphone in a different location, you can choose line in and set the applicable values there. Region of interest, display info on stream, and target target cropping. Under image, standard settings, you've got display settings here. Wait for it to catch up. So all of your standard preset scenes that we've now introduced into a lot of the product. So it makes it really easy to select the preset one. But again, you can override these by choosing any of the settings that you prefer that's applicable to your installation. OSD, privacy mask, and image parameters switch. So you can set different periods of time to switch to different linked scenes. So again, it follows, so different times of the day or night will follow a preset scene activity, which will then make it hopefully better for that area. Under event, the first generation AccuSense didn't have motion, or it did have motion detection, I lie, but it had motion detection or VCA. The second generation AccuSense camera now allows motion detection or a VCA to be set at the same time. It also enables the VCA metadata to be embedded in the motion detection stream. So you can actually get the human and vehicle activity and location from the motion detection stream that you couldn't get in the previous camera setup. But again, I'm not really here to tell you how to use motion detection. You've got video tampering, alarm input, and alarm output. So on the alarm inputs, you can choose normally open or normally closed. Alarm output, again, choose a dwell time and arming schedule. Exceptions. Now, the flashing alarm light output is how long the light flashes after a VCA trigger, and then if it's high, low, or medium frequency, or you want the light to be static. Instead of flashing, you just want it to be static. Again, on alarm output, the linkage method, you see you don't have the linkage method on alarm input for the flashing light. It's only on VCA currently. So flashing light is for the VCA. Again, set that appropriate, and then the linkage schedule. So the arming schedule can be different to the VCA schedule. So the VCA schedule could be 24/7, but you only want the flashing light or the audible warning to be either outside of hours or maybe inside of hours, so it doesn't cause a nuisance. So they are independently set. So even though the linkage action of the VCA may say trigger the flashing light and the audible alarm output, it will follow the schedule here, so they can be separated. And then the audible alarm output. So you've got three options here. You've got warning, prompt, or custom. So warning, you select that, and there's a preset select list like the generation one. So select the preset one. Let's do that one. Click test. And then the camera will prompt you the preset message so you know it's working. The alarm times is how many times the audio message is played upon VCA activation, and the volume is how loud you want the volume to be. Now, it is a turret camera with a relatively small speaker. The bullet camera is slightly louder than the turret, but I think it's still acceptable, 10-15 meters, especially at night when there's a low level of background noise. You should find that's quite effective. And again, an arming schedule. If you put prompt, it's like a 2-3 tone, like a text message. And then custom, it allows you to upload your own custom audible file. So you can click add. You can have more than one file in the camera. So click add, navigate to the file. But look at what it says here. Upload a WAV mono sound audio file with a size smaller than 5112 and sampling rate is 8 Hz. Now it's really, really important that you do that. I've actually used this app that I downloaded free off the App Store. The app is called Voice Recorder. Within there, you can actually set it to mono, 8 Hz, and a WAV file. And again, the size of the file. It's really important you follow that. If you don't follow that rule, the audio file either won't play or it'll sound like a Dalek. For those of you that are outside the UK, Google Dalek and you'll understand. So again, I've uploaded one in preparation. And if I click test, and that was me recording it onto the voice recorder app, emailing it to myself, and then uploading it to the camera. Now, if I go back to the warning one and we'll select the preset, please notice this area is under surveillance, and click save, the message will play 2 times upon VCA activation. And again, under smart event, you've got scene change, intrusion, line cross, region entrance, exit. So really straightforward. Again, all I've done is enabled line cross, drew an area here for testing, but again, you use the applicable area or line for your site. Minimum and maximum object size to help filter out false alarms. But again, this is generation 2 AccuSense, so the VCA engine is much better than the standard product. human or vehicle activation, and then you've got the sensitivity, and then the line crosses either side, or A to B, B to A. Pretty straightforward. Arming schedule, and then under linkage method, you'll see flashing alarm and audible warning. So upon activation of this, I want both of these to trigger. And again, you can have intrusion detection, do a slightly different, only flashing alarm, only flashing light. And one thing to remember is on intrusion and line crossing, or these VCAs, generation 2 actually allows 4 areas now, or 4 lines. So you get more flexibility within the field of view. This is a 4mm camera. Currently, we're only going to be bringing the 4mm in. If they do make a 2.8mm, we'll look at that as and when. And then obviously storage, it does have the SD card capability, so you can put an SD card in there and you can record to the SD card if you want, standalone product, or set it as time-lapse if required. So pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do now is put it to live view, turn the PC round slightly, and you'll see it. I'll trigger the camera, I'll walk across the line now. You'll see the line go red, and you should hear the audible warning. You can see there it triggered on both ways like it should, so very, very stable. For those of you that are observant, yes, my back is gone again. That's why I'm walking a bit like a duck. You can also add the camera to Hikconnect, which I have done. The good thing with Hikconnect is you can actually use the Hikconnect app to speak directly to the camera to give a live talk down the site. So if you don't feel that the audible prompts will be big enough, or good enough to sort of deter any activity on site, you can actually speak live, see the camera view, and then even say, look, you in the red top, the police are coming, please leave the area. So it becomes a really, really powerful solution. So what I'm going to do now is transfer you over to the Hikconnect app, and we'll show you that quickly. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Okay, you can see now I've actually got this up and running, so you can see that's the camera there.
That's the camera there.
You can change the stream type. You can hear the audio.
You can hear the audio, so hello.
You can see down the bottom here the microphone. So if I turn that off. Hello. Let me turn this down. Hello. Hello. So I'm talking through my phone to the speaker output. Hello, please leave the site. So that in itself becomes a really powerful solution. Yeah, that's it really. That's all I wanted to show. So obviously turn it that way, you get a much better image. For those of you that want to see that camera in action there, just walk in front of it.
Welcome. Please notice that the area is under surveillance. Welcome. Please notice that the area is under surveillance.
And there we go. Flashing light, audible warning. What more do you want under the deterrent? See you later.